with us. May your spirit guide us and bless the organization, the organizers of this program. In Jesus' name.
Amen. We are so told this afternoon. Why? Are we not excited to be here? My name is Joy. If you are not happy to be here, I am so happy to be here. Good afternoon once again. How many of you are attending ACUF for the first time? Please be proud to this with me. I can't even hear that. That applause was for you, not for anybody. Thank you so much. You know, when you want to move further in life, you take a step, right? There is this program I was addicted to while I was in secondary school. I don't know if that's the village, far from the village. When his father died, the stepsister came with a donkey, the normal tradition. And if you come with a donkey, it will be killed that day. There's a particular day they will schedule for now on to be another event. And if you are coming, in as much as you bring an animal for the burial ceremony, you can invite your friends to come and witness what you have displayed. So this young woman has already arranged her age mates over there. They prepared some music that they will display that day. Then before the D-Day, the community stormed the man. Why? He is owing the community for palm trees he tapped a long time. And he couldn't pay. So they told him that if he did not pay, that ceremony would not take place. He said, okay, that they have so many animals on ground. Which one do they want? He can use an animal and settle them. They pointed that donkey the stepsister brought. He said, okay, no problem, go with it. The community left with it. So the stepsister never knew what happened. Please, if you were to be that woman, what would have you done? Would you have gone back or start crying? Or you have to go and hustle and buy another one that day? If you are to be in her shoe, what do you think you have done? Somebody says something, you start crying. Okay, please don't cry. It has happened ages ago. It doesn't have any business with us. I want to welcome you to ACUF Matrimonial Conference every month. I'm not going to say much about it. When he comes up, he's going to tell us more about it, but I just want to say you are welcome. If you look at the program we have for the day, we've already taken our opening prayer. Are we together? But before we go further, I want to ask if there is anybody here who has not registered, please raise your hand. If you are here, you've not done the registration, okay, so please Dr. Nnamdi is far behind, sir. Please step forward. Please step forward. As it's coming, please turn your hands together for him. So I want to tell you that I love you before she comes. So I love you. Okay. Today we also have Dr. Adesi. I has to carry her back. Yes. Dr. Choma Ultimate, step forward. Get her back. There is no Ndi there, I'm sure. You don't have a back. See, you don't move around with Ndi. That is why you don't have a back. You're welcome, man. In our midst today, we also have Dr. Raymond Ayu. Okay. We also have in our midst Mundi Pharmacy. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, represented by Dr. Wood.
Okay. Okay, it's already represented. Please, I want you to be smiling as you are clapping for them. On behalf of ACUF and everyone seated there, I want to say a very big thank you to you all for taking out your time to impact our lives today. You're welcome. Working in a team with him as a team member, I was watching him and said, God, the grace of God, this man should come upon him. His own humility is excess. It is no other person. Please, I want you to stand up, be on your feet. As you are clapping and smiling, welcoming to the podium, no other person.
You're welcome to this event. Usually, if I start making my speeches, I usually have a caveat. That caveat is, when God sent Moses on a journey, he told God that he's a star, he can't do it, and he needs an error. Unfortunately, I don't have an error here this morning or this afternoon. So I'll do the work of Moses and the work of Aaron. This particular workshop that we are doing this day is not just an ACUF event. I just want to make that clarification. It's a collaborative program between the Little Horn Africa, the Amaka Chiwuike-Uba Foundation, and the Rotary Club of Issues. So it's a tripartite collaboration. We are only providing a support, kind of. It's an event that was initiated even at ACUF level. We usually have this kind of event. For this particular event, it was an initiative of the Little Horn Africa. May we give Little Horn Africa a round of applause. Now you all are welcome. I won't continue with this address without including you in the show. Amaka Chiwuike-Uba Foundation was founded on the altar of prayer. I lost my wife July 4th, 2016 from asthma. And having gone through that pains, I decided that I would like to see other people go through the pains of losing their loved ones through asthma. And that gave birth to the Amaka Chiwuike-Uba Foundation. First, to do the kind of things we are doing here this morning, to create awareness, and secondly, to provide support services to those who are suffering from disease, where she was the facilitator, the speaker. And that same event will be held again this year on July 18th. We have confirmed all the speakers, and to the glory of God for this year's event, the Vice President will get that. Now, a lot of people die from asthma on daily basis. It has shown that about 1,000 persons die from asthma on daily basis. And the day most times is not just as a result of lack of facilities or infrastructure. It's mainly attributed to people's inability to manage their ailments. And that is why we are here this morning. To educate those of us that are here, both medical practitioners. In fact, one of the people who got from the first annual conference was from the medical doctors who requested that a training be organized for them. For that training was wrong diagnosis and management of asthma. So for this year's conference, we'll be looking at the impact of governance and the environment on asthma management. Just relax. I keep saying asthma is not a death sentence. You can live a normal life. We have typical examples of those who have asthma who are living normal life. Wake up and love.
If you know what it has to do with the work you've done, thank you so much, sir. Now we are going to be inviting the speaker, Dr. Chizago. I hope he's available. Okay? He's going to be teaching us the practical steps in managing a child with acute asthma exhibition. Am I correct, sir? Okay, that's patient. Thank you so much. I want you to put your hands together as a On a fateful day, I was coming home with a friend of mine who's also a guy, and we saw someone rushing. Hey, wait, calling me. Then the guy said, okay, let me just listen. And the young man walked up to me and said, I want to talk to you, Timothy. And I was like, Timothy, that's blindly in the Bible. And you want to stand there and talk to me blindly. I said, okay, let me not show that I'm hot and let me just calm down. And as if that was not enough, the young man, I don't know that he has recited those grammar before. Ladies, you have to be very careful. Someone is walking on how to approach you. If not on every hour, it might be on daily basis. So this young man continued and said, don't worry, I know you may be cheap. Don't bother. They will not see us in the village. And then here in town. As you are seeing me now, I just came in from Owerri. As I just came in from town. I said, okay, no problem. So what are you up to? He said, don't worry. I know I will not fall your hand. I won't fall your hand. I'm a big guy. We can see anywhere. We can see the sea. We can see the ocean. And I was like, hey, if you are happy with that, I am not with you.
Like Mr. Chiwuike-Uba told us this afternoon, that you have asthma is not a death sentence, okay? But the problem, like what I found out today when we were running some tests, many asthmatic patients don't manage their symptoms well. They don't go to the right places. They go to chemists, they go to pharmacies, and some feel that their asthma is not too serious. So they can afford to treat by themselves. These are the things that can lead to fatal attack of asthma. Okay? I've heard that word asthma. We heard it today. Okay? So asthma is actually a complex disease. It's not simple, but like we said, it's not a death sentence. Okay? We have different things that can cause asthma, different pathways if you are looking at it medically, but at the end of the day, you find out that all asthmatics usually have similar symptoms. Okay? So the main characteristic of asthma is chronic airway inflammation. Okay? Other things we have is hyperactivity of airway, reversible airflow obstruction, and then the fact that the symptoms vary in the intensity, also time of the day. Sometimes you find out that the symptoms are worse at night, sometimes worse early in the morning, and in the afternoon the person feels cells and chemical substances which result in edema of the airway getting swollen, a lot of mucus secretion, and at the end of the day what we have is a narrowing of the airway, so that when someone is a massive thing, you know, most times when you are breathing in and you are breathing out, you don't even know. Okay? But this time you find out that the work of breathing is increasing and you see yourself struggling to breathe out, to breathe in. Sometimes in these states we are talking about biomarkers. So you need to look at certain cells for you to know the type of asthma that the person has. Then some of the ones we did outside, we did peak flow, peak expiratory flow rate, and we also did spirometry. All these are things that we do to make a diagnosis of asthma. Then we come to the management. Once in a while you cough, you wheeze, you have that feeling of chest tightness, you have that fast breathing. These are things that happen to asthmatics. Now, a situation where you have an increase in these symptoms that will necessitate your having to change the normal drugs. Because most asthmatics, if they are being well managed, it's not a matter of going to the pharmacist or going to the chemist. If they are seeing your respiratory physician, there is something that is known as an action plan. Every asthmatic is supposed to have an action plan. What you do when you start having this emergency within the past 1 year, and if you found out that you're always using your Ventolin, I hope most of us here will know what Ventolin, but I'm not medical, but asthmatics. Ventolin is like an everyday drug. Okay? So if you find yourself using your Ventolin too often, or your salbutamol too often, you are at risk. Then for those who do not adhere to the doctor's instruction, to the doctor's action plan, those that don't adhere are at risk of having fatal asthma. Okay? Now, remember we're talking about children, so it's important for us, those of us that are mothers and fathers here, that have children with asthma, we should be able to recognize an exacerbation at home. For adults with asthma, you should also be able to recognize when you have an exacerbation. Okay? So basically, if you notice that your child is having increase in symptoms, for children especially cough at night, okay, breathing fast, being a little bit agitated and all that, that should make you do something. Okay? Then also, if you notice that you now have to give the child more frequent drugs, you are giving, if the child is on salbutamol, that you have to give it every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, every 2 hours, you find yourself using it so frequently. That is like an alert for you to get alert and do something. Okay? Now, remember, children will not come and sit down or lie down unless they are very, very ill. So there are some children that may be having exacerbations, mild to moderate, but they are going about running, they want to play and all that. So if you have a child with asthma, you have to be very observant. Okay? So one must have short-acting bronchodilator at home. The commonest one that we have here is Ventolin. And it is Ventolin inhaler. Okay? Not the tablets. The people I talk to outside, they all tell me I'm on Ventolin tablet, I'm on Minofilin and all that. We are not talking about tablets here. Evidence has shown that the ones that are inhaled work better and have fewer side. You are going to give the child salbutamol via a spacer. How many of you have seen spacer? You've seen spacer, you've heard about spacer. Yes, maybe for the doctors, for the non-doctors, the non-medical personnel here. How many of you have seen spacers? Okay? Now, the spacers, I don't know how common they are in Enugu. Okay? But where I practice at Enugu, we hardly get spacers commercially. So what we do is to give our patients what we call a homemade spacers. I'm sure the doctor that will talk to you about MDI technique will tell you about the homemade spacer, which you can use something like this to make. Okay? So probably Dr. Dumebi will be talking about that. So you give this child a salbutamol, like up to 4 to 6 puffs if the child is less than 6 years. Now when we talk about 4 to 6 puffs, you don't put the inhaler into your mouth and go pam, 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 pam. I hope you know that. Okay? When we have prescribed 4 puffs, it is 1 puff at a time. You can repeat after 20 minutes. And you observe the child. If the child is not getting better, you can repeat again. Now, if the child is improving, that is good. You try to get the child to rest in the reassuring environment and all that. But if the child is not getting better, at that point, you seek your doctor. Okay? You seek medical attention. Don't go to use drugs at the chemist, because you will end up with a fatal case percentage in the blood. So the doctor wants to correct that. Then he wants to reverse what is known as airway obstruction. And he also wants to decrease likelihood of an occurrence. Okay? So what we do in the hospital, we assess and make up our minds if the child is having a mild attack, a moderate attack, a severe attack, or a life-threatening attack. These can only be done in the hospital. You cannot do that at home. Okay? So these are some of the things we look at. We look at if the child is so distressed, salbutamol every 20 minutes for the first 1 hour. Okay? As we are doing that, we are looking at the child to see if the child is responding. If the child is doing very well, we can say, okay, you can go home and continue. Give these 4 to 6 puffs every hour for the next 4 hours, and then you can start giving 4 hours for the next 2 days. Okay? But if we repeated what you told us that you did at home, because we need to repeat it, because we are not sure whether you did it well. Okay? So if we repeat it, and the child is still ill, is still in distress, we now take that child as having a moderate exacerbation. Okay? So when we say the child has a moderate exacerbation, we just step up a little. We still give the salbutamol. Remember, like I said, Ventolin is salbutamol. But this one, we give it with an inhaler. Okay? We give the Ventolin with an inhaler. Now, when the child is having a moderate attack, in the hospitals at times we go on to add what is known as an anticholinergic drug. Because if you look at the pathway for asthma, there are certain things that happen, and these are the things that are responsible for the drugs that we use. Okay? So we can add what is known as ipratropium bromide. So this ipratropium is mixed with the salbutamol and given to the child using a nebulizer. Just salbutamol there, we mix ipratropium bromide at the recommended dosage and we give the child. There is something that we must give a child that we think is having a moderate exacerbation is a systemic steroid. Systemic steroid means it is not the one that you are going to inhale. There are certain, if the child is dehydrated, you can do some IV things. Now, if the child is getting better, you step back to what we said in mild exacerbation. Okay? You observe the child for some time and then you discharge the child. But when you are discharging the child, we usually want to give some days of, like 2 or 3 days of oral prednisolone. Okay? So if the child is not getting better, then we may be dealing with an acute severe asthma. Okay? That is when you have an exacerbation of asthma that is not responding to the conventional drugs that we have used. The bronchodilator, that's the Ventolin, the steroid, the prednisolone, the hydrocort. The child is not responding. Okay? So when we think the child has severe asthma, we of course we are going to assess and do all the things we usually do, ask questions, and then we repeat the doses of salbutamol, either using the inhaler or using the box of inhaler at home. So you need to bring your child to the hospital so that we can check the concentration of oxygen. If it is less than 95%, the child will need to get oxygen. Okay? These are the things we determine in the hospital, because what it might mean is that the airway has shut down completely and air is no longer going in. So if the air is not going in, you will not notice the child breathing. You might think that the child is just sleeping. Okay? But the child will be nearly off. So it is something that we really need to do what we should do. So basically in the hospitals we have a kind of protocol, we have it in the flow chart. If the child is not getting better, do this. If the child is getting better, do that and all that. So these are the things we do in the hospital. Now when the child is better and you want the child to go home, okay, there are certain things you need to check as the doctor before you say, okay, this is what you will do if you have any problem. And most of the time, if a child has had a flare, by the time the child is going up, the doctor is going to place that child on a daily controller medication. Okay? Now, daily controller medication for children is usually inhaled corticosteroids. Okay? But there is a kind of stepwise treatment. If the inhaled corticosteroid is not working at the dose, you may need to step up the dose. At the point in time, you may need to add what is known as the long-acting bronchodilator. Okay? So these are the things we use in the long term. So basically, if you do what you are supposed to do, most people with asthma are well controlled at the primary and the secondary level. Okay? Now, the small proportion that have poorly controlled disease, they always having symptoms, they never feel well. We actually need to evaluate them. It's not something that one person can do. It's not something you go to the chemist and they will do. It's something you come to the hospital and you will be evaluated. There are certain things you are going to evaluate. First of all, you are going to look at how you hospital your doctor will discuss with you and place you on the right step. So why do we have poor symptom control in some asthmatics? Basically, it might be that the person has some other problems. Okay? Maybe the person has what is known as gastroesophageal reflux. Okay? And some other problems that may also present like asthma. Or it may be that the person is not taking his drugs the way he should. Or maybe the person needs to modify the controller medication. medication, that's the one that the child has to take every day, that the child does what? Takes it. You have to be the person that will monitor the taking of the controller medication. Then if you have found out that your child there is dust that causes this asthma, or maybe the house there's a lot of, even though we don't have a cure, but a lot of work is going on now to try and find a cure for asthma. But if you do all these things that I've mentioned, you find out that your asthma will be well managed and you will not die from asthma. Thank you very much.
Wow. You are clapping for me. I refuse to accept that. I am not a good man. Ma'am, a kiss clap. Okay, for those of you that do not know what is a kiss clap, I will put a little demonstration and will give it to her. Watch me, because she must go with kiss clap. Hello. Firstly, you do. All for you. Did you get that? All for you. That will not go away. What to do? Sir, thank you for this program. I have cough. I can't hide it. And I'm happy to be here today. But that cough must go. We are not in church, but in Jesus' name. Some of you are not happy for me. Are we Muslims? We are not in church, but this cough that is disturbing me must go in Jesus' name. Amen. Very wonderful person. He has been and still and will continue to be a consultant respiratory practitioner, a consultant respiratory pediatrician at sorry, I was going to your people. Sorry. The cough that would not go away we're going to be taught us by a consultant respiratory physician at UNTH Enugu here. So sorry, I was almost taking you to Navy. I didn't mean to do that. You know, sometimes we'll have our eyes open, but we will not be seeing what we are supposed to see. We still need you at UNTH, so I'm sorry for trying to take you to Navy. So with a round of applause, when you are clapping, you clap with your hands. Don't clap with just your fingers. Tie your two hands together as we welcome Dr. Nnamdi to tell us what to do about the cough that doesn't want to go. Thank you so much, everybody.
I wish to establish the protocol. Welcome everybody behind everybody. And the organizers of this program. Cough is so common. I don't think there's anybody that can afford we call. A number of times we call and the cough goes by itself without identification. But some other times you may be forced to go to hospital because you have done what you are used to and the cough is in the hospital. I want to say that one of the most important reasons we are presenting today for us to be able to know the importance of prompt treated for pneumonia and all that. Eventually, when more sophisticated investigations were done, it was revealed that we had cancer of the lung and causing heart problems. So, cough is an explosive respiration that provides a normal protective mechanism for clearing the tracheobronchial secretions and foreign bodies. So we're just saying that when we cough, we just want to prevent either foreign bodies from getting into our windpipe or airway or secretions there from interfering with normal airflow and normal breathing. This slide is just to show you a number of things. We just think that when we're talking, it just has to do with only the airways and the lungs. But why do we cough? The human system has a number of systems you can see there are some receptors we call pulp receptors. They are located in various parts of the airway, as well as the lung, and even on the lining that is over the heart. And surprisingly, also in those esophagus is the tract that carries the food that we eat from the mouth into the stomach. And then, even the stomach has got some of receptors. So, if there is any stimulus, whether it is dust or whatever has been inhaled into the airway, or if there is any substance that comes abnormally from the stomach into those esophagus, it may excite these receptors, and the signals generated will be taken to the brain, and the brain responds. So you don't, of course, you know that a number of times cough is involuntary, so that you do not know about it, you just have to cough, and the cough comes. That's right. So this is just to show you what I was talking about. A lot of receptors, cough receptors, particularly around here, where you have the junction between the mouth and the windpipe. Now, again, this is the airway. There are receptors along this wall, and receptors within the lung itself. And at the part of the lung that is just close to the chest, heart diseases. Somebody who has heart failure, maybe coughing, and so on and so forth. And someone who has ulcer, stomach ulcer. Someone who has what we call reflux disease, find that when you sleep, you have a sensation, you see the food you have taken is weak, subacute, and chronic. And suffice it to say that what we're going to be talking about will be number 8. Because if it's chronic, it means that this category of people would have gone everywhere, done everything they want to do, gone to chemists, prayed about it and stuff like that, and the cough continues. What do you do when that happens? So this is just to show us the common causes of acute cough when we last found out it. Of course, so many people have typically caused, common cold is typically caused by a virus or viruses. And we do what they want to do, and the body's immunity takes charge, and we take care of the flu eventually. Others are all these things. Those who have allergy may also cough. Next slide. So it's important that we know that a number of times acute cough, when it starts suddenly, may really become very important that we do not sit at home and continue to manage the individual with the medications we have purchased. There may be need to rush the individual to the hospital to be properly evaluated and assessed by a qualified medical practitioner. Things like pneumonia can kill. Asthma can, we have heard it already. COPD, heart failure. All these may present with cough, and it's important that we take appropriate actions when this kind of thing happens. The selective cough is quite related to the chronic and doesn't come with very serious consequences, only that the cough will persist and disturb the individual. Alright? And it is very divided into post-infectious. I need to say that there are some people who will feel a heart cough and they go to the hospital. They get treated, their fever resolved, cough, weakness, loss of appetite begins to improve. But the cough remains with cells to try to fight the foreign microorganisms. And at the end, when you have taken antibiotics and that organism has died, cough may persist for some few weeks really. It's not trouble, but when it is so bothersome, the physician may give some medications again until the results are serious. So this is where we are going to stay for the rest of, or rather, not so much about. Studies have shown that 3 conditions account for the cause of chronic cough, that is cough that lasts weeks. So this is implicated in about 87% of patients. And what happens is that this set of people cough not because there's a problem in the lung, but because they have problem either in the nose, at the back of the mouth, or just above the beginning of the windpipe. Be it inflammation or infection. Any inflammation that is going on in these areas I mentioned can cause secretions to begin to happen. And those secretions will trickle back, and when they trickle back, they drop into the windpipe and stimulate those receptors we talked about, and that is how you generate cough, and you begin to cough. And depending on the individual composition, the frequency or the severity of the cough will vary from person. They are not clear, but one of them is spirometry, for instance. Spirometer. That's one of the devices we used out here before we started this photo. It's a product that is everywhere, not just limited to higher institutions or tertiary centers, but even health centers and all that. Other devices are also important because once you have facilities, making diagnosis becomes easier for the doctor, and then appropriate treatment can be started immediately and on time. Alright, what do you do when you have this kind of cough that needs to go away? There are so many drugs that one may take, but the only thing I'm going to talk about is that over-the-counter medications like the different cough syrups can be allowed. You just walk there and buy. There are pharmacies who may prescribe, but by and large, if it is persisting, there is need to really consult a medical doctor. Also, it's important, particularly even in asthma, and for adults to learn how to breathe when there is an attack. That's some people have. Then you can also get spirometry that we did here. These are simple, okay, tools. However, I need to warn that those who are pregnant women should not go for gestation unless you have been advised to do so with strong reasons by a qualified medical practitioner. Then they should submit their sputum, whatever you are coughing up, to the lab for assessment so that we know whether it's an infection that you have with a microbe causing problem in the lungs and not straight away. So there may be certain things we are not doing right, and we need to take corrective measures for it to work so that the cough will go away. It's possible that medical attention has not been sought. The person is doing self-medication without the advice of people who know better to help out. Person may be recognizing qualified practitioners, and the cough continues. It may be a case of asthma in which the person is still within an environment that the triggers for that person's asthma, are everywhere. So you are taking your drug, but you are within an environment of this with triggers, so that the control becomes difficult. And if cough is your symptom, it continues. It may be a case of misdiagnosis and inappropriate treatment. Remember, we talked about facilities. So when a doctor doesn't have all the facilities, he will use his experience and the knowledge of training to be able to say, this is the most medical professional there, may refer you to a higher center than the primary health care center. You move. And you get the benefit of further investigations and further assessment and evaluation. If it's not working, we keep preparing until you get to the level of a specialist. Currently, in some countries, we have cough specialists. That's what they do. And there are some clinics that are just purely cough clinics where we have referral for difficult cough. So, suffice it to say that
Come now, sir, please come. Don't rush. It's not a bad thing to fall in love with you. It is not. Let me accompany you to your seat. For a job well done. Please clap for us. A round of applause for him. He has done justice to this section. And one thing I love about you is that he kept to time. Clap for him again. So may I say that you are disciplined? Permit me to say that. Should I? Intelligent but beautiful. Before I call her up, I want to say something. Women in the house, clap for yourselves. Make it louder. The women in the house are more normal than the men, right? So make it very loud. Clap for yourself. I am so happy the way the world is turning now. Gender inequality, also at that time, not now. Finally, a woman spoke, and she spoke her hair, and you are still in the kitchen. There is an error. If she had been in the kitchen, I'm sure that what she's about to give to us would have not been able to have such opportunity. So it is a challenge to every woman here. I'm not telling you to go back and start studying medicine. No, that's not what I'm saying. But make sure that you don't end in kitchen. Not by telling your husband that I will not end in kitchen, but men don't argue with results. So bring your result to the table and impact our society. For the last time, before we go, every woman in the house, clap for yourself. So we are going to be welcoming, it's not as fat as I am. Hello? For her to be beautiful and intelligent doesn't mean she's as fat as I am. She is no other person but Dr. Adeze Aya. Please put your hands together for her. Look at them and smile, man.
I'm almost tempted to say praise the Lord. Okay, thank you very much. This is my slide. At some point, I will post my patients at Chiwuike-Uba, patients at this all in Africa, friends of ACUF, friends of Chiwuike-Uba, friends of Amaka. Thank you for being in this program. We're honored to have you. As many as registered more than a month ago, we're glad you are there. This morning we started with a lot of talks, asthma, and we went into cough. Now I want to look at something else that many people don't really talk about in conferences, in gatherings, except maybe people are in that area. And it affects us, whether we are children, whether we are adults. And that's why we want to handle something.
Can you hear me? This is get away with something. I want two things. To understand various allergy types and then how best they are managed. If you're here, you're asthmatic or you're not. One thing that affects a lot of people is what they call allergic rhinitis. In other words, the sneezing, the itchy nose and all that. So this stuff will all culminate in talking about that. We want to go through the whole gamut and see how they are even related to asthma in the first place. Very aware we have a mixed crowd, both medical and non-medical. So we'll do our best to see how we break down the language. So don't mind us if sometimes we use some languages that sound very high because we have the mixed crowd here. Okay, so atopy is a type of oversensitivity, hypersensitivity. You react more than you should, really. And it's characterized by immediate reaction. Fluid moves from one segment of the body into another segment and causes reaction there. So whatever leads to it is something that me and you, if you're not allergic, that thing will pass in the air, you breathe it in and go your way. But if you're allergic or you're atopy, the tendency is that some reactions will happen in your body, cause some flu shift, and then you respond in certain ways. The route of entry of that allergen or that substance may be through your mucosal surface, your nose, your mouth, something you swallow, something you eat. So when you're overreactive in that way, it's called a sensitivity reaction. So your oversensitivity and you respond or react or show up in different ways is what we now say, you're allergic or you're atopy. Asthma may be one of them, but like I said, I want us all go away remembering about allergic rhinitis, which is really why I put up this stuff. How many of us have ever had catarrh, or nose block, or runny nose, or itchy nose on child in a particular time of the year? Child may be more likely to have that. People who are male have been known to have more allergies. If you live in an area that has increase in pollution, if you change diet in certain ways, or if your BMI, you're obese, your BMI is on the high side.
Okay,
Cells in the body, dendritic cells, T cells, B lymphocytes, mast cells, eosinophils. These are different cells in your body that, when you then have a reason to be allergic or atopic, they are the ones that act all the drama. Why I bring them is that most of the drugs you take tend to try to address some of these cells. So what really happens in an allergic reaction? Long and short is that you have a contact, and these cells I've talked about will have a way of reacting. They'll call up more cells. More cells will come and cause what they call mast cells to start releasing certain substances. When you hear histamine and some of these things, that are things that will cause your nose to run, your eyes to itch, and then they get ready. When next you are exposed to that thing, they call up those cells again, and there's more, activation to cells, the mast cells. The mast cell then release the mediators, because these are where your tablets and some of the drugs you take, they target these mediators. But it's these mediators that give you the clinical effects that you see. Okay, so chemokines, histamine, cytokines, prostaglandin, leukotrienes. Leukotriene particularly, because it's a drug now, you have a lot of anti-leukotriene. What do? They increase nasal fluid when you have an allergen challenge. They contribute to both your early and late phase reactions. They cause you your nasal congestion. They cause you sneezing, rhinorrhea. They cause eosinophils, another type of cell, to be attracted to the ones that cause trouble. They promote all this, so they are troublesome. That's why you find a lot of drugs trying to target them these days. What is allergic match, atopic match? I thought I should also use this opportunity to introduce it. Like I said, it's a mixed crowd, so both medical and non-medical people are here. When you have one allergic condition, the tendency is for it to cause another allergic condition, especially from childhood. Everybody may not go through the whole match, but one tendency is to cause another one. That is what you call allergic. They move on to having recurrent otitis media. They're always having earache, ear discharge, then to the rhinitis, then to the... So I thought I should just introduce that concept, because sometimes you have a child who has just one issue, then leads to another. Sometimes when you break the cycle on time, the child may not go on to have the rest of the things in the match. So what is allergic dermatitis? I chose this more medical term because the more common term is eczema, but many people confuse eczema for ngwo, which is not really what allergic dermatitis is about. Most times it's the first typical allergic thing that happens, and it's characterized with itchy rashes, usually at flexures or particular parts of the body, but that is eczema, that is allergic dermatitis. Commonly between the age of 2 months to 12 months, it's when you notice it. So you may have something like this, and usually it's itchy. You need a good history. SPT simply means skin prick test, where you use to find out what exactly may be causing this allergic dermatitis. How you manage it. Emollients are, like some of my patients have spoken to in UNTH, I will tell them, look for certain creams. They are emollients. They keep the body moist. They make sure it's not dry, because it's the dryness that worsens the itchiness and then worsens the allergic dermatitis. So emollients, the ACUF cream, Epimax, zinc oxide, they will help you. Then you need to avoid whatever may cause it. Dry skin or even sweating so much, some lifestyle modification. Then you need to keep your nails short, because itching and scratching and all that worsens it. Okay? You need to lose weight, because sometimes if you're very obese and you're retaining oil or some parts of your skin are always folded, the tendency is to worsen that allergic dermatitis. Certain soap, certain bath water, sometimes you're told to put a tincture of oil in the water, just to make sure when you bath it, it keeps your skin moist. The active ingredients, when you try these other things not working, the doctor may then prescribe some certain steroid-containing creams, Lenovates, hydrocorts, antibiotics, depending on how bad it really is. Then the second thing apart from allergic dermatitis is food allergy. Remember that topic match. Okay? So food allergy, 30% of children who have moderate to severe eczema go on to have a food allergy. They eat certain food and they react to it. It's not everybody that has that. Okay? Usually it develops next to the dermatitis in the match, somewhere along the line. The child may not need to progress to when he gets to have the rest of the match. The culprits that are known to cause some of these food allergies. 85% of food allergies will be reaction to milk, egg, wheat, soy, peanuts, tree nuts, fish, shellfish. Management with a good history, with a skin prick test, with a blood test, and some of the things that you'll be told to either avoid or to keep away from will help the child. The next thing is the most important one. We'll still talk about it later, but rhinoconjunctivitis, in other words, the allergic rhinitis of the nose and allergic conjunctivitis of the eye, combined now called rhinoconjunctivitis. So a child with eczema has 85% risk of developing allergic rhinitis, which is the basic environmental one. Runny nose, frequent sneezing, itchy nose, blocked nose, itchy or red watery eyes. These are part of the things that will show up as symptoms. It can develop as early as 1 year of age to substances like an indoor or even outdoor. Indoor are things like dust mites or pets. You have a cat, you have a dog at home. Any of the dander that comes from them. If the child who is atopic or allergic inhales it, the tendency is to come down with even rhinoconjunctivitis. There are also allergies when you're exposed to pollen outside, like grass season, they're cutting. So it's not just dust, but even pollen and all that can cause that between age 3 to 5 years. Management, again, good history, understanding what may be causing it in the child. Like I said, we'll dwell more on it at the end, but I just want to run through all these other ones. For it, again, you need a skin prick test to understand. Of course, asthma, I won't go in detail with this, but it's for you to understand it's all part of the allergic match. So sometimes you may have skipped one or two, or not even noticed that happened to you, and then you come down with asthma. The symptoms we talked about earlier, so I'll just skip this slide, but just know it's one of the atopic match things. But you need to know that 80% of the eczema may start, stay on for a little longer, and go down. And the asthma starts a little slower, a little later, manifest later. But rhinitis may start any of this time and then only worsens. In other words, don't walk around with rhinitis and think, oh, it's one of those things. My grandfather had it, I'm entitled to it. No, it's something you can handle and make sure it doesn't disturb you. That's why I also put up this picture where you can see rhinitis, the one that rises and even up to elderly age is still occurring. The others may wax and wane and even get less. But rhinitis, you need to keep an eye on it. So I keep saying SPT, skin prick test. You need it in most of all these allergy things to be sure what exactly causes some of your symptoms. And these are some of the images that show what happens in the skin prick test. Because some of the allergens you test, some of the pricking and how it happens, and reading the result. And when you can't use the forehand, you can use the back. Some people who have come to LA, they have seen this and have gotten it done for them. Now, down to the allergic rhinitis. It's a symptomatic disorder of the nose, usually induced by IgE. I mentioned this IgE earlier. After exposure to allergen. If you're not atopic or allergic, you may not have the same kind of reaction or bad reaction with someone who has all those cells, mast cells, releasing things and causing more trouble and worsening even their asthma. Why it's important to know about atopy and the match and even this is that if you have allergic rhinitis under control, your asthma will be very much under control. So allergic rhinitis seems like a major point in controlling many of the other problems. So what are the classical symptoms? Repetitive sneezing, nasal congestion, watery rhinorrhea, nasal itching, that's pruritus. Now what causes your itching, your sneezing? When you have the nerve endings being irritated. What causes your rhinorrhea or your runny nose? When you have increased mucus production, because some of those cells have caused opening and fluid has moved to the wrong place, and then you're having increased excessive nasal discharge. What causes your nose to feel blocked? Congestion, vasodilatation. Again, from those mast cell release, some of those histamine. What causes edema? Increased vascular permeability. So that's some of the things I tried to talk about earlier. So beyond even the nose, it may then involve you to have eye symptoms. That's why we talk about allergic rhinoconjunctivitis now. They are almost occurring together. In another session, maybe another day, maybe not in this program, we may talk about what they call the United Airways. Anything happening in your nose, happening in your eyes, happening in your throat, they're all related. So take care of it. Sometimes they then lead you to have between asthma and that. Okay, I just want to show you some of the signs. Try to let people who are there. When you see a child who has very severe allergic rhinitis, below the eye, you see this darkening. It's easier to see allergic rhinitis. Most times, you keep seeing them feel like this. You may not understand it, but it's all part of the itchiness. So, with time, they coin a name, they call it allergic sinusitis. And with time, because they do that for a long time, they then get this crease, this nasal crease. Okay, these are all signs of allergic rhinitis. So, talking about this rhinoconjunctivitis, rhinitis, whatever, it can be seasonal. So it can be all through the year, called perennial, or it can be certain parts of the season, the pollen season. Okay, it can be intermittent, it can be persistent, it can be mild, or it can be moderate to severe.